Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Thank you guys for all the support on the video yesterday. We are starting off this Thursday, bright and early, all right, with a reaction to my Champions League round of 32 predictions. Let me know in the comments down below how you guys did. What did you guys see that, was surprising to you? Let me know. Now, I'm not going to be reacting necessarily to what I had said. Basically, I've got my notes, what I wrote down. We're going to break down every single game. I managed to watch a good amount of the highlights from most of these. And I will tell you this, maybe I need to start betting. I mean, I don't support betting. I don't promote it. But oh my God, man, between the Euro, between predictions, we seem to do very well with predictions. We do. We seem to almost nail it. We got a couple wrong, but we got a good amount of them right. So if you enjoy the video, drop a thumbs up and let me know what you guys said about these games. So we are first going to start off with, to be honest with you, this is going to go down as one of the largest destructions over a two-leg in Champions League history. Yes, I said it. There is not many teams that over two legs are capable of scoring 10 goals, which PSG did, and they scored 7 yesterday. I mean, this literally looks like one of those friendlies that you see a prime Bayern team playing a 5th division German team, and it's like 20-0 in August. That's genuinely what this looks like. Brest, obviously, as we predicted, our prediction in here was that PSG was going to destroy Brest. I think I had said something like 5 goals aggregate in my prediction video. They went and got 10. This one I was not expecting to be close. Brest is a team that, started the campaign really, really well, but, they just ran out of steam. They won a couple in the first few weeks, but just bad form since then. No surprises here. I guess the main talking point here is that, is PSG, are they a real contender? Do we have to take this team as a real contender for the Champions League? Most years I would say they kind of don't have maybe the best competition in France. But to be honest, guys, if you look at the history books, the last few years, PSG, to be fair, have done pretty well in the Champions League. They haven't won, but they got to the final versus Bayern, and that team was destined to win, and they almost stole that one. They could have won that one. And we look at the recent year where they lost to Dortmund and they hit the post 6 times. Now, to be honest, to say this, which is crazy, Barcola has probably been one of the only players in the world that could have slot right into what Mbappe's position was and could be doing this well of a job. This kid is fantastic. He's phenomenal. Dembele, you've always got your question marks with Dembele. What type of Dembele are you going to see week in and week out? Is it going to be the Dembele that misses the wide open shot? And is it going to be the Dembele that at the same time scores the most clinical top corner finish you ever seen all in the same game? That's what you're going to get with Dembele. Kvara, for me, Kvaratskhelia, amazing player, right? So for me, the attack is looking really good. I think you could actually make the argument that as good as the Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe attack was, this attack, we look at Barcola and Kvara, right? These two guys, man, are top-tier ballers, bro, and they're developing into incredible players. The chemistry up top is amazing. I think the best part about PSG, though, is the midfield. The midfield in PSG, they are running the midfield. They look amazing. Fabian in the summer, what we saw from him at the Euro, we all know, right? We all know. And then, Vitinha and Neves, just unreal. And the defense is really solid. So maybe we are all collectively sleeping on PSG, and maybe this 10-0 is a real wake-up that, hey, this team is here to do some damage. I mean, they get to sub in Desiree Douy off the bench, who's an amazing player. They have Goncalo Ramos to be able to use off the bench, who, I'm not super high on, but usable, good squad player. So PSG, guys, maybe a team that definitely, we're looking at the knockouts. Liverpool or Barcelona is going to have to play this team, right? And that is probably not a favorable matchup. If I'm a Liverpool or a Barca fan, I probably am not wanting to see that matchup, especially with the way PSG go 10-0 as we predicted, just to kind of react to it. And by the way, guys, the full Champions League draw is going to be tomorrow. The official draw is tomorrow, so we're going to react to it on stream tomorrow, and then we'll have a video for you guys over here talking about it. It's that time of the year, man. We got a lot of football drama. End of the season, the uploads are going to be crazy, so hopefully you guys enjoy them. I obviously love uploading on this channel. Let's talk about the Dortmund match. This went also, we're 2 out of 2. It doesn't take a rocket scientist, though, to tell you that PSG was going to be Brest and Dortmund was going to beat Sporting. Sporting have just gone absolutely through the shitter since Amorim left. They're just not the same. I mean, creating 0.3 XG against Dortmund, and we look at how Dortmund are doing in the league this season. They're not great. But to be honest, for me, Dortmund have turned into just this ultimate Champions League team. I mean, They are a Champions League team now. They have the aura. They have the ability to go and beat anybody in this competition. We hear a story maybe in a few weeks that Dortmund beats a team and it's a bad season for them in the league, but they beat a big team. Like, who knows? Maybe a Liverpool or something. We're not going to be surprised because Dortmund are a team that are just at this point capable of it. Will I predict it? Probably not. But we got this one right. Dortmund go 3-0 on aggregate. I actually like to see for Dortmund the clean sheet. I think that's important, and I think they got a lot of players that can make a difference. Gittins didn't have the best game. Guys, if you watch me on this channel, you will know Guirassy for me is one of still the most underrated nines in the world. He did not have the best game yesterday, but he's more than capable, all right, of putting in some goals for this team. And you know what? There's not a lot of great nines in the world right now. So to have a good nine on your team, very important. Dortmund advance. Great result for them. We got that one right. All right, we're going back here, and we're going to talk. Obviously, we already talked about this game yesterday, so I'm not going to talk too much. We had a dedicated video talking about this. We predicted Madrid. I said I don't think City this year with how they're playing. A lot of people keep wanting to give Man City this year chances. Okay, this team's going to wake up. This team's going to... Guys, that's not happening. I got in an argument with a friend of mine about 6 weeks ago because he was saying City is going to randomly come back in the league and beat Liverpool. And I said, look, you want to bet on it? I will literally bet you, me and you, we can bet money on it because I'm saying this Man City team, that's not happening because they don't have the same players. And even if they do have some of the same players, those players are not the same. We saw it yesterday. This squad is cooked. I think 6-3 for them is actually a generous score. Thought they played well in the first 70 minutes of the first leg, but this could have been way worse. I don't care what the stats tell you. This could have been way worse yesterday. It was all Mbappe and Man City, man. Are out. So we got this right. We are 3 out of 3 on this. Real Madrid, as we will see in the draw tomorrow. Dortmund will see Lille or Villa, which should be a really good one, And for me, as good as Villa are this year, I still might go with Dortmund even with their season because of their experience, man. Playing in the Champions League final last year. All right, Real Madrid, they will see Atletico or Leverkusen. I will tell you this. Both of those matchups are going to be crazy. So I don't care who they get. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy both ways. Guys, I want to take the credit for this one because this was my upset prediction. I love choosing one upset. I try to go through, analyze what I think is the most likely. Now you say, hey, how is this an upset? PSV was seeded 14, Juve was seeded 20, okay? You guys could look at the betting odds. You guys could tell me whatever you want. Most people were expecting Juventus to advance against PSV, and we stuck by it. PSV was returning home down 2-1, and they got it done, man. They won 4-3 in aggregate. I'm actually very proud of this team. I've watched this team a lot of times. This team is more than capable of scoring many goals, and I actually felt very good about them returning home, only down one goal, because I thought they were more than capable of being able to pull this off. What a win, man. What a first goal they had. The whole team moved the ball. Noah Lang, amazing pass. Bro, Perisic is going to be, for me, one of the most all-time timeless ballers. Left foot, right foot, one of the most underrated players and one of the greatest finishers in football, Perisic. This guy ages like fine wine, all right? Fine wine, taking down Juventus. For me, obviously, not a huge Juve fan. They do have some USA players, so I want to see them doing well, but not their season. For me, Juventus, the Champions League was not going to be possible this season for Juventus because they just play every game too close. You cannot go through the league drawing as many games and playing this many games close and expect to go through and beat great teams through extra time and penalties, and you can't even really beat PSV. PSV been doing very well this year overall, outside of a little form recently in the league. They will see Arsenal or Inter, which is going to be very tough, but I'm impressed with PSV because they can score goals. So I think they'll give whoever they will face out of Arsenal or Inter, which we will know tomorrow, and we'll preview the matchups, a tough time. They're coming off a game where, guys, we go back here. They beat Liverpool, right? And I don't care who Liverpool played. For me, you gain my respect. Beat Feyenoord twice in, the last couple weeks. They're doing pretty well, man. So I have to respect this team. I think PSV is still going to be a sleeper team as we go forward. I think this team could definitely... there's always a team or two every year, so watch out for them. So we're 4 out of 4. That was our upset. Let's go to somewhere that we actually got wrong. And it was Brugge versus Atalanta, man. We got this one wickedly wrong. And if you look at statistically and you watch a little bit of the game, was it the wrong decision? No, but Brugge, in the end of the day, were the ones that were capable of finishing the football, man. Brugge defeats Atalanta 5-2 on aggregate, and Atalanta have had a hell of a season so far. They really have. I mean, 3.3 XG, 66% possession. Bruges happy to tuck away the finishes. This one really surprised me. Like I thought Bruges was actually having a decent year in the table when we saw them ahead against City, and then they just choked it. I kind of wrote them off saying, I don't think these guys really could do it. They have done it. So the Belgian club is now going to be in a knockout stage, which to me, this is probably one of the largest upsets of these knockout rounds because Atalanta have just been phenomenal this season. They've been beating a lot of good teams, and now Bruges will face Villa or Lille. So, Bruges and Dortmund, yes, Villa and Lille, great clubs. Those are definitely the two worst clubs out of the seeded 8 that are available. So, they both have a chance to, maybe make something happen. We will see. We will definitely see. And that's why I'm saying you look at the draw just before we preview and talk about the draw tomorrow. Barca and Liverpool. Okay, one of those two teams is going to get a much easier side because let's say, for example, Liverpool gets thrown on the left. They will have to play PSG and then the winner of Dortmund and Villa. And then maybe, if Madrid or the other Madrid or Leverkusen or Arsenal or Inter get through down there, they're going to have to play there. Whereas if they get to the right side, Benfica, who is a very solid team, that's not an easy one, but I would take a Benfica over a PSG in the current form, although Benfica's playing well. Then also maybe a Bruges or a Villa. So it's going to be easier on that side. Bayern are washed this year. Let's get into that one. Let's talk about Bayern. You know what, guys? I said this too. I said this is going to be a lot closer than people think about. We said that on the prediction. So that's another one that we got right. We said Bayern is going to win by only a goal or two in the aggregate because Celtic are a very respectable team this year. And guys, Bayern are not the same lethal team. This team got saved by a Davies winner, match decider draw at the end. They're not the same team. Okay, guys, I don't think Harry Kane. You guys can say what you want about Harry Kane. I think he's one of the best finishers, clinical players of all time. He's not a championship winning striker. I've told people this for years after watching him so many times at Spurs put up incredible seasons, so many times with England just not looking the same. Guys, I don't think he is the key to winning a big trophy. I just don't think so. I don't think you can do it with him. You need a mobile, active Suarez, Benzema type striker, man, to get those trophies. It doesn't work with a Kane that wants to drop all the way back to his 6. Aesthetically, yes, he can play you the amazing pass that he's capable of. He's got incredible finishing, but he's slow. He drops in too much, and he was a huge problem for me in terms of why Bayern did not beat Real Madrid last year in the knockouts, because Real Madrid, people seem to forget, they scraped through some of those games. They won by very slight margins. All right, and I think it would have been a lot different with a different striker. I'm just saying that, whether you agree with that or not, Bayern obviously have some amazing players in Musiala, Olise. They have some great players. This, for me, though, is not a championship winning team this year. I think they can get definitely to the last 4, the last 8, but I'm not going to predict it. As we predicted, though, they beat Celtic by 1 goal. Congrats to Celtic fans who watch this channel. You guys did very well this year. You guys did very well. This new format definitely favored you guys. You got to play some knockout football, and you gave it your best. You guys almost actually did it, or gave yourself a chance. So Bayern will face Leverkusen or Atletico Madrid. I mean, guys, hearing that out loud, I'm honest with you guys. I don't think I'm going to pick Bayern in either of those games, just with what I've seen from them this season. They have the players that we said, the national team top-level players, that it could change. They could turn it up at any point, but I just don't see it. And I'm trying to be honest about how I feel about teams, but that's another one that we got right. We got one other one wrong, did we not? Yes, we did. So 6 out of 8 with the predictions. Let's do the other one we got wrong, which was Milan. All right, guys, the Dutch league is going crazy this year. Man, Milan, though, for me, they did this one to themselves. There was no way for me that Feyenoord were going to be able to sustain the level of pressure Milan were applying. And, I think Theo Hernandez, as good as he is, he's got so many stupid moments in him, bro. Like, he does dumb stuff a lot of the time. So he killed them, to be honest. I thought they would have had a really solid chance. Milan, though, for me, they're a season too early with the team they have. They actually have some really... There's not many teams in Europe that have the level of creativity possible that this team has. Santi, Leao, Felix, Pulisic. Players coming in off the bench. Chukwueze, right? A Champions League veteran. Musa in the midfield. They have a very good team. I think they're a year too early. I think they're going to have to sign another defender for me or get healthy there. And maybe another attacker just to have in the mix. But Pulisic playing amazing this year. I mean, he's been better than Foden. Said that yesterday. Santi Jimenez with the goal. They're The red card killed them. They're a year too early. Leao, I think, is a bit overhyped at this point. I've seen Leao play in a lot of games. I know people don't want to hear that. I feel like he doesn't have the him factor. He has moments, man, where this guy will carry the ball 70 yards and look like the best footballer in the world. But I don't know. I don't know where it goes missing. His clinicalness at moments is really poor. His actual ability and skill is incredible. So we will see how he continues into the next couple seasons. But Milan are out for now. Feyenoord will advance. They will face Inter or Arsenal, which will be an extremely tough matchup. But don't call me surprised if one of the Dutch teams get through. And let's get to the last game that we predicted. We predicted this to happen. I think Monaco was a little favored in this. I'm not 100%. But guys, I tell you this time and time again. This competition is not about the team that's playing the best. It's not about the best overall team. It's about the team that knows how to get it done in these competitions. Benfica fans to this day will tell you they got robbed in the Barcelona game. They played Barca very close. And look, this team over the last couple of years has just been there, man. They've been in the round of 16. They've been to these moments. I'm telling you, this team in Porto, if you face them in the Champions League and they're having a good year, I'm telling you, just do not want to see these two teams. So not surprised. It was close. It was close. We went with Benfica, so that's going to make us 6 out of 8 on our predictions, which is pretty good. We've done pretty well with that. And Benfica will go on to face Barca or Liverpool. Guys, I feel like the script has already been predetermined that they will face Barca again. And, man, as a viewer, if you guys didn't watch that game, I'm sorry. This arguably could have been the best game in football all year. It really could have, guys. This might, if you watch this game, it was crazy. What a game this was. Hopefully we could see another rematch. I mean, and we would see 2 legs of it. So that would be crazy. We will see. But that was our predictions, reacting to them, guys. I thought we did pretty well. Let me know how you guys did. Tomorrow we will have the official draw. We're going to have the daily content as much as we can over here when it makes sense. If you guys enjoy these videos, man, drop a thumbs up. Support the channel. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.